This is the top 10 best units in the game as of January 2026. Of course, you're free to disagree with me. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's get straight into the number 10 spot. In number 10, we actually have a tie between two units. Yeah, I know. But you can argue that there are like 5 different characters that can be at the number 10 spot. So, I have Ultra UI Goku and LF Fusion Zamasu at the number 10 spot. Ultra U. I is still very good with his plat. He has his stupid lock-in, which, if used correctly, can easily help you win the game. He also has his very skill-based auto-dodging unique gauge, and his counter against melee attacks. As for Zamasu, I think that Ultra Buhan helps him quite a bit. They're both Red Regan and powerful opponent characters, which means they can get the same Zenkai buffers, and they can even use the same equips. They actually have a very good synergy. Buhan draws a lot of greens, and Zamasu really likes his green cards. It gives him his vanish back, and he gets a ton of healing from that as well. So yeah, in number 10, we have Ultra UI Goku and LF Fusion Zamasu. Let's move on to the number 9 spot. In number 9, we have the man himself, Ultra Namek Goku. This guy possibly has the best every mechanic in the game, KO guard. But in this meta, we have quite a few red units, and it really hurts him. He still has his lock in unique gauge, and his brain dead, AoE green card. But I would argue that there are just better options than him in this meta, like our number 8 unit, Ultra Half-Corrupted Fusion Zamasu. To no one's surprise, the dev team really likes the color green. They keep releasing and giving buffs to green units for no reason at all. So I think his value went up quite a bit. He can somewhat help you against Ultra SSJ4 Goku, the most popular green unit the game right now. And he also has his anti-rising rush unique Agug, which is a very nice tool to have. So I think this guy can put in some work. At number 7, we have LF Revival Android 13. Now, you may be asking, you said that we have a lot of good green units in the meta. Why would a blue unit be above a purple unit? Let me explain. 13 is just a very good support unit. He has his Revive, which is already a big advantage for you. 90% of the units in this meta have some sort of endurance null. And since 13 has a Revive, that means you can't really waste his second life, like you can with other units that have endurance. Plus, 13 gives probably the best support out of any other unit in the game right now. This guy gives 20% uncancelable damage inflicted from his unique, and when you fill up his gauge, he also gives 30% to damage inflicted to his allies. That's a 50% damage buff to his allies, which is a lot. Wait, you thought that was enough? Wrong. He also heals his allies by 15% when he has a full unique gauge when you switch out of him. This man gives his allies steroids. So, yeah, let's move on to the number 6 spot. At number 6, we have our GOAT, the best fusion, green fusing Super Gogeta. This man hurts. Endurance null when he enters the battlefield as Gogeta for 10 counts. Insane damage, especially if you use him with 13. And he just keeps drawing cards after cards and then just smacks you with a blue card that does 10 billion damage. So why am I putting him this low? Well, he has a very big flaw. He needs to take damage. Well, not him specifically. Goku and Vegeta, the pre-fusing unit. When they fall below 50% HP, they increase their synchro gauge by 50%, and they can do it twice, which means they can fuse into Gogeta in like 10 counts. The problem is that they take so much damage, and you really want to just fuse into Gogeta as fast as possible. He is the main reason to even use this character. So them taking insane amounts of damage doesn't help you at all. Not that Gogeta is a tank or anything, but at least he has his uses. So yeah, let's move on to the top 5. In the number 5 spot, we have the Grill Master himself, Revival Orange Piccolo. Who would have thought that this guy will actually be in the number 5 spot? Not me. They really done justice for this guy. They gave him his second unique equip, and it's perfect. His tanking pre and post revive is pretty decent. But what surprised me most was his damage. Even pre-revive, he hits like a nuke. He generates green cards like a machine, and he has a very good partnership with Buhan, green and red. And of course, Piccolo's got a revive. This is a true W moment for Legends. Number 4. In the number 4 spot, we have the GOAT himself. Ultra Super Saiyan 4, Vegeta. This guy just aged like a fine wine. Even though he's out of feature boost, which hurts him a bit, he still nukes everyone. His damage is insane on the GT team, and his switch attack is still very good. Plus, he's literally the only relevant unit who can stop Ultra Buhan's counters. And don't forget, this guy is part of the best team in the game. So, this was number 4. Let's move on to the top 3. In the number 3 spot, we have the King, the Savior, Ultra Buhan. Finally, man. It's been too long. They finally released my GOAT, and he's an Ultra. They actually made him pretty interesting. He's not too broken, but he's also very good. I would argue that for an Ultra, he's not that broken. Sure, he has his auto counters that guarantee him 2-type neutral blues. But remember that we had these guys, so Buhan's auto counters are nothing compared to them. He also got the highest damn gay numbers in the game, over 500%, when the timer hits 120. The only downside is, it can be cancelled. But for now, we don't really have a relevant unit that can cancel attribute upgrades. Buhan also heals a lot. When he uses an auto counter, he heals by 20%, and every 10 counts he heals by 5%. The best thing about Buhan is that he immediately draws a green card when he enters the battlefield. And when you use a green for the first time, he gets all of his auto counters at once, which means you don't have to use another green when his first auto counter gets used. Also, this guy just spams greens. Every blue card he lands, he gets a green cards. And his green card is just so annoying. A long-range green card that gives him cards, Kai, and cover null. Yeah, pretty balanced. The only problem with this guy is that he doesn't have any sort of second life mechanic, which hurt him. But, sure, he can lower Ali's sub count when he gets rushed, but he still lacks the second life mechanic. Other than that, they nailed this guy. Let's move on to the number 2 spot. In the number 2 spot, we have the Ultimate Rat Kid, LF Revival Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I don't really have to explain what this guy does. I'm sure you already faced him like a 1,000 times. His damage is crazy. He gets infinite cards. He's very tanky. And it's very hard to get rid of his first life. Even if you manage to take his first life out, he still has his post-revive abilities, which are way worse than his pre-revive state. For some reason, he gets an AoE green card when he revives. And his main ability removes your enemy's vanish when he only has one character left. Gohan also gets his vanish back from his blue card when he has a full, unique gauge. So, yeah. Let's just move on to the best unit in the game. In the number 1 spot, we have the Menace himself, Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Yeah, the dev team really likes Goku. This guy just does everything. He tanks. He does crazy damage. He can stop your rising rush and stop you from switching. And he even has an AoE green card. His blue card give him his vanish back on hit, and he draws a lot of blue and greens with his unique gauge. So yeah, I don't think I need to keep explaining. This was my top 10 list. Let me know if you agree with me or disagree with me. And hopefully, Goku and Gohan will finally be stopped.